Hi, Matt from Thrive Themes here, coming at you with another Thrive Suite customer case study. In this video, I have a conversation with Nataliya Ray, professional online marketer and conversion-focused funnel builder. Now, as you'll hear in the video, Nataliya has gone all in on Thrive Suite and uses it exclusively to build both websites and funnels for her clients, as well as her own businesses. She also discusses why she loves the Thrive Themes training ecosystem so much, including all of those free online courses you get in Thrive University to help you become a better marketer and funnel builder. And finally, Nataliya walks us through 3 high-converting funnel recipes she builds with the Thrive Suite toolkit for both her clients and her own online businesses. This includes a special lead generation funnel, a webinar or presentation style sales funnel to help sell a high price online course, as well as a membership funnel to help get an online audience to join your platform and become a member on your own WordPress website. To be honest, this conversation transformed into a full-fledged funnel building masterclass, which I learned a ton from, and I know you will too. So without further ado, enjoy my conversation with Nataliya Ray. So Nataliya, welcome. And can you just get started by telling us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, okay, so this part is awkward because I don't like to talk about myself a lot, but I'm gonna do my best. So I think that my story starts very similar to how everybody else starts, where you have this job, which you don't like. And I remember I was working in Tel Aviv at the time in an advertising company. I would go to work every day at 5 a.m. just so I can go there and arrive before anyone else. And I used to go on the roof, and I remember sitting there and just staring at the city and like dreaming of the day that I can start my own online business. It was just like this thing that was just beyond my comprehension. How do people do that? And I've seen people do that, but I just couldn't understand how. And so the way out for me personally, was to basically learn the most valuable lesson that I learned is that you have to develop one skill that you'll be amazing at and you'll be able to sell to other people. And it could be anything. For me, it was teaching myself how to build websites, right? And at the time I was using a different tool. I don't know if I can share the name.
Yeah, go for it.
But it was not, it was Optimized Press. And it was a bit of a struggle to build websites with, but that's what we had. And over time, I got better and better at this. I understood exactly what works, what doesn't work, what kind of websites are delivering better results for clients and stuff like that. And I remember this one day, I was on YouTube and I was searching for things to basically learn more about conversions, how to become a better marketer. And I found this one dude, I think his name is Miles Beckler. Yes. And he was talking about Thrive Themes. That was the name at the time. And I was just amazed. I was just looking at it and I'm like, are you kidding? You don't have to every single time like go and click like a million different things to change things. You can just like do it. So I was like, okay, let's give it a try. I was kind of skeptical because at the time I tried multiple different tools beforehand, like I believe every single one of us do. And I just tried it and I remember the feeling of effortless. It was kind of like you get like the sense of like, phew, I don't have to worry about that anymore. I can actually start focusing about like what really matters, which is my business. And I guess this is the first lesson that I really want to share with the person who's watching right now with you. That's kind of like most of us get stuck in an online business in the part where the tech things get into the picture, right? How do you build this? How do you make it work? How do you make it beautiful? How do you make it not embarrass myself in front of my friends when they all go and check out my website and see that it's ugly? I want this to be impressive, right? So basically what I believe Thrive will help you do is it gets this out of the way. It frees up your time and it gives you basically more time and mind space to go out there and study what really matters. How do you become better at what you do? How do you become better at marketing? How do you build your list? And all of the juicy things we're going to talk about today, that's what it allows you to do, like basically. Yeah.
Okay, and what year did you discover Thrive Themes, would you say? It's like which iteration of the products?
Okay, I might be like completely off the charts here, but I think it was around 2015, 2016, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe still when it was Thrive Content Builder, maybe? Or had we switched to Thrive Architect already?
It was the Architect, but it was like such an old version compared to what you have today.
Yes, yeah, the tools. And that's
it's funny to look back at it.
And did you just buy the single product, or did you buy the membership, what we call Thrive Suite now?
Yeah, so I bought everything. I bought the suite, and the reason for that was because working with Optimized Press and the way that I was working at the time, I needed a million different things. I needed like this plugin for pop-ups and this plugin for this and this plugin for that. And when I wanted to thrive, and I actually did the math, and I was like everyone, when we first started out, we count every dollar. And I was like, holy shit, if I'm gonna buy this, I actually don't need to pay annual for this, and this. So it's going to save me time, and everything will actually work together. We'll no longer have like the problems that plugins have, right? When we try to talk to each other, it just doesn't work. So yeah, I bought everything, and I just went all in, like seriously.
So, and like we were talking about, the tools have evolved over time. How has that evolution of the tools and all the additional features you got with the suite over the last few years, like how has that helped you with building funnels and for your clients and yourself?
So that's actually the reason why I stayed in Thrive Themes and now Thrive Suite. Initially, I went in because it was so easy, because we had like all sorts of different plugins all in one package, et cetera, et cetera. The reason I stayed is because I started to investigate more into you guys. I met you guys in Chiang Mai, and I understood, I watched a ton of videos by Shane, and I understood that you guys are marketers. You're not developers. You're not people who just try to put cool features just to show off. You actually know what you mean and what you're talking about, right? And so it helps me, and it saves me time, because over time, I know that every single thing that I can ever need when it comes to conversion and actually making more money, you guys will either have it already or develop it, right? So I can count on that, and I don't have to worry anymore. That's my favorite part.
All right. Yes. We love to hear that. Well, maybe we should maybe we should take a look at one of your funnels to just show off like what tools you're using, and maybe how you're using the templates and the results that's getting for you. And I think you're also a strong marketer, so I'm sure speed of implementation is important for you, and having things to maybe the templates help really put sales pages together and lead generation funnels and things like that together quickly for you and your clients. So, okay, so the first funnel we're going to look at, as I understand it, is a lead generation funnel. This particular type of funnel is also known as a slow funnel, a self-liquidating offer funnel. And basically the purpose of it is to grow the client's email list for free. So Nataliya, can you walk us through the different pages in this funnel and how you built them with Thrive Suite?
Yes. Okay. So let's begin with the very first funnel, and a bit of context for y'all. The purpose of the 3 funnels we're going to show you today is to actually help you move past the biggest challenges that most of us have in our business when we're just getting started, right? And most of the challenges are, number one, how the heck am I building my opt-in list? How do I grow my list without relying on organic traffic? Because it can take forever. I know exactly how that works. And the second one is, once I have a list, once I have an audience, how do I actually monetize it? What is the best way to start making money so that I can quit my job, I can pay my mortgage, whatever it is for you, right? So this first funnel is, I call it the slow funnel. Because it's a self-liquidating offer funnel, but for you guys, you can also call it the opt-in funnel, the lead generation funnel, whatever works for you. So this is a funnel that the way that it works is you have an opt-in page, just a regular opt-in page, which you're going to see in just a second, where people can actually opt in exchange for a freebie, for a lead magnet, to get something for free. And then on the back end, once someone opts in, they immediately, on the thank you page, I try to sell them something. And the reason why I do that is so that I can basically put ads in the front end to bring people in with paid traffic, and then basically to cover my cost. And what this will basically allow you to do once you get and become a master in it is to build your list for free. This is the context for this funnel. The entire purpose of it is to build your list for free. And the way that this works, it's a very, very simple page. You can use either of Thrive Themes builds and templates for that, because they are already optimized for this kind of thing. And all you need to do is to put your copy inside, your offer inside, and put it online as fast as you can. The purpose of this page is actually, you want to understand what the audience wants as fast as you can, and to start testing it, right? So that's exactly what I did. I just took like one of the most basic templates there are there. I can't even remember which one. I couldn't care less about the design in the beginning, just because I knew that it's optimized for conversion. And I just wanted to test the copy, the message, the offer, because eventually that is the thing that will determine your success or failure with the funnel, right? So here we have it. I basically tested this funnel. When you click on the button, you have a pop-up popping out. And the reason for that, by the way, is because conversion-wise, it works better when a person first clicks a button and then opts in, rather than showing them the form right on this page. And here's what the magic happens. Whenever someone actually opts in for this funnel, I will take them to the second thank you page, which is actually a sales page, a long-form sales page. You can put a video there, you cannot put a video there. And the only goal for this is to sell an intro product, basically a low-tier, low-price product, in order to simply liquefy your ad costs, to simply gain back what you put for ads. After that, by the way, I have another upsell so that I can maximize the amount of money that I make per opt-in, per new lead into my list. And overall, guys, this is the bottom line. The bottom line is that for every new person that subscribes to my email list from this funnel, I make $2 profit, which basically means that I get paid to build this client's list. And that is the main takeaway that I want you to take from this.
Wow. So, and is that just some sort of profit share you have with the client, or is that just what you guys are making off the upsell in total there?
No, this is just the total for the client themselves. I don't take any profit share from this funnel at all. It's just like, I'm just a nerd. That's what I like to do.
Yeah, so you're just saying that basically the upsell, after someone signs in, you have an upsell here, and enough people are buying that basically this lead generation funnel alone is paying you guys, or creating a $2 profit after all of your expenses. And do you send paid traffic to this funnel as well?
Yes, that's the main thing that I do.
Yes.
I manage about $150,000 a month in paid ads on Facebook. And so some stats for you guys to understand: we get leads for 66 cents from this funnel. Each and every lead costs us 66 cents. We make back $2 profit. Yeah. And on this opt-in page, which you can totally create with any one of Thrive's templates, I have a 70% conversion from cold traffic.
Wow.
You have to understand the power of this, because with this, you can build a business very, very quickly. I think within the first week we launched it, we had about like 2,000 or so leads coming in. How big of a business can you build, and how fast can you do this with one quick funnel like this?
Right. No, that's really fantastic. That's obviously the product needs to be aligned with the audience you're trying to target to really succeed at that. But how long would you say this funnel took you to build using the Thrive templates?
Once I had the copy, which is where basically most of the work comes in, I think about, like, you mean all of the pages, including the sales page, or just like, for example, the opt-in?
Let's say the entire funnel, like the
entire funnel probably took 3 days.
Okay.
Something like that. Yeah.
Wow.
Very quickly.
And so
really the hard job is the copy. That's it.
And then did you come up with the copy based on the Thrive template, or did you do that kind of in your own Google Doc and then applied it to one of the templates Thrive had available?
Yeah, so that's actually one of the advantages of being a marketer. I don't work with templates outside of what I do have already for myself. Right. But if you're not a marketer, if you're a solopreneur and marketing and copy is not your strong suit, which I assume 99% of people, it's not their strong suit, obviously, use Thrive's templates. I've gone over all of them and they're so amazing. They just tell you what to put there, right? Inside the template, you actually tell people, inside this headline, put this. Inside this section of the body copy, write this. So just follow the instructions and you're already good to go in like really just a few days, and you're already ready to start testing. That's where the real world work begins. And this is also something that Thrive allows you to do. You can actually very easily create an A/B test within the Thrive system to start testing and seeing how your message actually resonates with your audience. And just a little bit of just some numbers for you guys. Regular A/B test tools, the ones that, for example, I use because sometimes I need tests that are super, super advanced that most people will probably never need. It costs us hundreds of dollars per month for those tools. And within Thrive, you have it for free, which basically means that they have empowered you with tools that in the previous ages, only us marketers were able and big corporations were able to afford. And now you can do it completely for free and gain the same results. So please, please, please use it.
And what sort of things are you testing? Just like copy headlines, or are you testing different designs when you A/B test a landing page?
Okay, so that depends. If the opt-in rate and the conversion rate is very, very, very low, and I mean like maybe you built your first opt-in page and the conversion rate was like 10%, something that's way, way, way below benchmark. Benchmark, just to give you guys an idea, I want you to aim to have about 40 to 60% conversion on your opt-in page from cold traffic from ads, right? If you're targeting warm audiences, meaning people that already follow you on social media or something like that, you should aim to 70, 80%. But for cold traffic, you have to get anywhere from 40 to 60. If you're way, way, way below that, let's say like 10%, 20%, you might want to consider testing your offer first, right? The actual freebie that you're giving people, because basically usually what that means is that it does not resonate at all. But if you already have like the 30 or 25, you might want to start testing your headline first, then the bullets, and then everything else. I mean, like the button text, the button copy, the design, all of those things are amazing, but they're just like not going to give you the most amount of change, right? They're not going to move the needle.
Mm-hmm. And do you, when you test each of these things, do you really isolate the variable? You're not testing all of those things at once. You're just isolating the headline test, for example.
Yeah, unless the funnel really sucks. If it really sucks, it's like the opt-in page is really, really sucky, I'm gonna just ditch it and do a new one and test the entire thing all over again with like fresh eyes, fresh attitude.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, and one cool thing that you want to notice when you click on the, for example, free download thing at the top, which a lot of people do, or when you click on the image, the opt-in pop-up pops right out, right? Because so many people actually click the images and they get confused if nothing happens. So just a quick tip.
And I even like this little mini banner underneath the header. That's really like calling attention with the caution sign for the really calling out who this offer is for the coach looking to effectively elevate their coaching sessions.
Yeah, so, and the reason for that, by the way, is because when people click on ad and they go outside of the platform where they feel so comfortable, which is Facebook, the first thing that goes through their minds is, am I in the right place?
Right.
Am I really, really in the right place? And this is where I tell them, dude, you're in the right place.
Yes.
Let's move on, right?
So this is like really addressing the 5-second test where somebody instantly knows what's going on here and not having to decipher hieroglyphics to understand what this offer is. So that's
one thing I would recommend you do for sure is whenever you finished building a sales page or an opt-in page or anything like that, the first thing you do is you call your neighbor, your mom, your spouse, anyone, and tell them, what do you think about this page? And if they don't understand what's happening there within like 5 to 10 seconds, you have to go back to the drawing board.
Yes, that's great advice. Okay, so should we look at your second funnel?
Yes, okay, cool. So that was funnel number 1. Now, after you have this funnel and you set it up, you already have a list building, right? And you always have to optimize it, optimize your ads until this thing is profitable, or at least you break even, meaning you put $1,000 in ads, you have to get $1,000 back and your list is growing for free. So that's step number 1. Once you have that one, the question is, how do I monetize? How do I make money from my list? So, and that's what this second funnel is for. And this is actually a webinar funnel, and some marketers actually call it a presentation funnel. Okay. It's the exact same thing. The idea behind this funnel is to basically sell a bit of a higher ticket product, right? Anywhere from, I would say, $100 to $2,000 is something that you can use a presentation funnel for. and you just send people there. Now, the way that this funnel works is much like the opt-in funnel, because again, people have to first subscribe to actually watch this presentation, right? So the first thing that I do is I send an email to my list, and I have a whole campaign on this, automations, like whatever you want, to basically sell them on what are they going to learn in this presentation. Would you like me to go a little bit about like what is a presentation funnel, how does it work, and why does it work?
Yeah, you can go into that a little bit, and I'll just mention Hannah and Christine on our marketing team just published at the time of that we're recording this a tutorial basically analyzing a presentation funnel or a webinar funnel and how to build it with Thrive. So I'll just throw that out there and link to that as well.
I would so like binge watch those types of videos, because like, for real, dude, when I first got started, I had no idea how to make a funnel work. Like nobody like goes out of the womb like, oh my God, you have to put this headline here and this button there. Like nobody knows this stuff. So the best thing you can actually do is just check out what other people who are successful are doing, right? Check out and model it. Don't copy it, but model it. Understand how it works, why it works, and do the same.
We call it steal like an artist.
I love that. And that's a great book, by the way.
Yeah.
That's so true. Okay, cool. So we have that. So a webinar funnel. The idea behind a webinar is that when you sell something that's a bit more higher ticket, or if it's an information product, which usually takes a long time to explain the value of, you want to create some kind of a longer video sales letter where you actually take a person through and you actually explain the value of what you're selling, right? A person has to understand why what you're selling is going to change their lives. And unless they're going to have like a very, very effective sales message that will explain them and walk them through this, they will never understand. And that's why we have webinar funnels, right? The entire thing that it does is just imagine, let's say that you are a coach and you're trying to sell your coaching services to someone. So what you usually do is you bring them on the phone and you start selling them your coaching services. What do you do? How is it going to work? What is the package like? What happens on week 1, week 2, et cetera, et cetera. So instead of you going live with every single person and doing this again and again and again, you can just record yourself pitching this one time, like with heart, the best you got, like put you some good clothes on, wash your hair, do it in like the best way you can actually present your offer and put it online. Now, the question is, how do we get people to actually watch this thing? So much like the opt-in funnel, we actually want to first bring them into an opt-in page, much like you guys will probably see on the screen right now, where we do the exact same thing. The only difference is instead of like a lead magnet or a freebie, you want to sell on this presentation, on this webinar. Why should people watch it? Why should people actually spend 90 minutes or so listening to you rather than just watching cats on YouTube, which is something we all like to do, probably hours every single day. I'm sorry, I'm sure. So this is what these opt-in page is for. This specific funnel is for a recorded webinar, meaning we don't go live and deliver it to multiple people at a time, but we do it in a recording fashion. So every single person can actually watch this in their own time, which is amazing. And it's super, super effective. So the opt-in page, it's pretty standard to how an opt-in page of a webinar should look like. What I would do if I were you, actually, the person listening at home, is I would remove all of the testimonials because it's too much. The bottom section I would remove, and probably just keep the top section where you have the opt-in, you have the headline, and then what you're going to learn. And at the end, I would add another opt-in. Everything else is just a bonus that you will add later on. So first, make sure that it works with this basic page. And then once it works with this basic page and you have like 20, 30, 40% conversion for webinars, it's a bit lower than lead magnets. Then you can go ahead and try and be fancy, right? Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah, so kind of in the idea of rapid implementation, it's like, what are the basics of getting this webinar funnel set up? It's this above the fold area, what you'll learn, maybe something about the instructor, and then you can start to add things like client testimonials or customer testimonials later as you get them. And then just make sure you have another sign up area, call to action at the bottom of the page as I understand.
Yeah. Yeah, because remember that people usually watch it on their phone. So a page tends to be long. And unless they're
Right.
going to have another opt-in at the bottom, it can get a little frustrating. And one more thing that I would say is, if you're just getting started, do not send cold traffic to this funnel. Do not run ads. I know that a lot of gurus tell you to do that, but the odds of you making this work when you first getting started to cold traffic are very, very low. So instead, what I would do is I would only work with my list, with people who know me or people who I do joint venture with, meaning they send their audience pre-warmed, recommend me to their audience. And in this case, you don't even really need the about section. This page can really be really, really short, right?
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So what happens after someone signs up to attend the funnel then?
Yeah, so we have two options for this particular funnel. If you're going to click a little bit on the opt-in form, you're going to notice that you have either the option of watch now instantly, meaning that the second you opt in, you go straight to the webinar without questions asked, which is by far my recommended method of doing things.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I already have your attention,
Right.
like, let's just go with it. Let's just go with it. Do not. Okay, I'm going to say this. And can anyone say hallelujah after I'm done? Do not force people to wait 15 minutes until your recording webinar will go live.
Hallelujah.
No.
Or if you are, you better test that.
Do not do this because it does not work. Within 15 minutes, I've watched like 20 different YouTube videos and I already forgot your name.
Right.
So please do not do this. Just get people to you can actually don't even think about it as a webinar funnel. It's kind of like watch a presentation on demand.
Right.
Just opt in and watch a video, right? You don't need any fancy webinar software. In this case, we have a webinar software just because of the way this client set up their business, but you don't need a webinar software. The thank you page can simply be a page with a headline, a YouTube video, and a buy button that appears like after the pitch has started, which Thrive allows you to do.
Okay. So how long,
Good?
yeah. So when this, does a buy button appear after so many minutes, like a predetermined amount of time? Or I see there's the download your workbook link as well. How does this work here?
Yeah, so usually for this particular client, and again, this is just the way they work. It doesn't mean that it's the right thing to do for your business. For your business, always the right thing to do is the most simple way to do this. So for this particular client, there is a sales page that opens up once they arrive to the pitch. That's the way that it works. So you can basically enjoy the entire webinar because they provide so much value in those webinars. And once they get to the pitch, actually a small, shortened version of a sales page opens up with only the main points of what we're selling, the product TOC, exactly what's inside, module 1, module 2, etc., and a buy button. Nothing fancy. You don't need a long form sales letter here, nothing like that. The webinar is supposed to do the work.
Okay. Okay, and then when they, obviously we don't have time to wait for that pitch to come up, but if they click on that buy button, that takes them to the sales page for this, eh?
No, it's supposed to take them directly to checkout.
Oh,
you
directly to
need a
checkout.
sales
I
page
see.
Here.
Right.
Yes. Yes. The way that we use a sales page in those funnels is actually, I don't know if you know this, you guys watching at home, but half of the sales you will get from a webinar funnel will actually not happen during the webinar. It will actually happen afterwards from people who did not have time to watch the webinar or go live if you do it live. And so what we usually do is in the follow-up sequence, which we do via email, we will send them to a long form sales page that basically sells the crap out of this whole thing.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Okay, so
people
then
who don't have the context of the webinar can actually get value.
Okay, so we have the webinar presentation, and when the pitch happens during that video, the a small buy now sort of call to action shows up. And if they click on that, they go directly to the checkout. And you said there was a second way that you also do this particular sales funnel that goes through like a thank you page and a sales page, I guess.
Yeah, so basically, if a person did not choose to watch now, they will simply come to, for example, let's say that I came to this opt-in page and I don't have time right now, but I can watch it later. So I'm going to choose the time that works best for me. I will be taken to a thank you page, and then I will get an automated sequence reminding me when this specific presentation will go live according to the time that I chose.
Okay, gotcha.
Make sense?
Yes.
I love this funnel. This is, guys, like, if you have time to master webinar pitching and webinar funnels, I absolutely love this type of funnel, both because you can give immense amounts of value to your audience. So those who actually did not buy in this particular time will remember you for the future, for sure, if you're going to do a great job. And also it is so damn great for selling. Like, I can't even express how much this funnel works.
Okay.
It's so effective.
Very cool. All right. Those are like two pretty incredible examples. And all of those pages were built with Thrive Architect.
Yes.
It sounds like, okay.
100%. Yes. And this is a multi-million-dollar company, meaning that you can scale as much as you want. You don't need anything else.
You know, that is something that's been very interesting as we've sort of talked with some of our very successful Thrive Suite customers. They're running high 6-figure to 7-figure businesses, and their overhead is insanely low because basically they're paying for web hosting and then maybe a tool here like a webinar software tool or something like that. But then the Thrive Suite, which is at the time of this recording is $228 per year. So they are making their revenue is insanely high for an overhead, just a basic setup overhead of maybe $1,000 to $1,500 a year, which is pretty incredible.
Yep. Yeah.
So
I even can give you the example of this particular client. I am actually the one who moved them to Thrive, because before I arrived to start working with them, they were working with HubSpot, which is a very, very well-known software for corporations. And it's incredibly expensive. Yes. You can't even believe how expensive it is. And it cannot even do like 1/10 of what Thrive allows you to do. So seriously, there are no more glass ceilings.
Yeah, it really is. And the focus of Thrive Suite is to make it that all-in-one online business package if you're going to build your business on WordPress. So that is great to hear. Great to hear there's so much success out there. All right. Okay, well, let's talk about the final example, which is actually an online solopreneur example.
My online solopreneur example. Okay, so this is a funnel that I actually built for my boyfriend. And my boyfriend's story is, I think it's much like any other creator story. He's a yoga teacher. His passion is in yoga. He couldn't care less about marketing and sales and money and all of that earthy stuff that we earthy people do, as yoga teachers say. So basically he went on and he built an audience on an external platform. He did it on Facebook, but basically, after he's been doing that for a year, he's been making videos, building his audience. He came to me and he was like, "Hey, babe, okay, so I have this audience. What do I do? Like, how do I actually turn that into money, into an income that will allow me to continue providing value without having to work?" Because he had a job on the side. So we actually made something very, very simple for him, a membership funnel, which is nothing but a very, very simple short form sales page with a video. And I'm going to open this link right now just to see what I'm talking about. And I've actually finished building like a new version of this just recently because we're launching this on a new platform. And as you can see, it's very, very simple. It's very, very basic. And you can use any of Thrive's inner templates to actually recreate that very, very easily. You just have to plug in your copy in it and you're basically done.
Yeah, I see some really cool Thrive visual editor features here, like the fancy dividers and also
nice?
the typeset animation there as well, where it's like it just makes staying fit better, and then it backs up and says any pain better. That's a cool but simple feature. So much. Yeah.
I loved it. Like every single person that opens this page, they send Aiden messages of like, "Oh my God, this is so cool. How did you do that?" And I was just like, I'm in love with this.
So looking at this for me, like this is a gorgeous page, yet very simple. And just with my knowledge of how to use the Thrive Visual Editor, like this would be very simple to build even from scratch. But we have templates, we have existing templates that would make building this quite quick and easy if you had the copy ready to go, like you were saying before, for one of your previous examples.
Yeah, and the reason why I wanted to share this particular funnel is because for those of you who actually, you don't want to create a course or you don't want to sell coaching or something like that, a membership might be a good fit for you. And a membership is very, very easy to, well, some marketers will tell you that a membership is harder to sell, which on paper it is for cold traffic. But if you are building an audience, if you're working hard on YouTube, on Instagram, on blog posts, or whatever it is you're doing with podcast, a membership is a very, very lucrative and simple way to actually monetize that audience very, very easily because it's so low cost, right? People can pay you like $20, $49, even $100 per month. And you can provide so much value with a membership and gain that consistent income, just as if you had a job, only you don't, which is why I really wanted to show you how possible and how easy it is to create.
Okay, so let's walk through the funnel a little bit. We have this landing page, like mini sales page, and I see a start free trial call to action button, as well as the video and the above the fold. Where would a visitor to this landing page go from here?
Yeah, so basically every single button on this page goes to the exact same place. It's probably like the simplest funnel that I've ever built. Just click anywhere. It will take you to another Thrive Suite page where you can choose your plan, right? So you can choose 19 a month, which is monthly, or you can choose the annual and get 50% off. And from here, I actually take them to the platform that we use to actually deliver our membership, which is Uscreen, just because we needed something that's a bit more OTT, kind of like Netflix, just because that's his type of business. Okay. But beforehand, by the way, when we were selling only programs, we used nothing but Thrive for our back-end membership as well, just FYI.
And was that using Thrive Apprentice to offer yoga courses?
Yes, I combined it with Wishlist.
Okay.
And it was magnificent.
Awesome. And are those kind of premium courses still being sold, or everything's been transferred to this membership model now?
Yeah, so the way that I built it is everything has been transferred to this membership, but I can share a secret. Would you like me to share a secret?
Sure, we love
selling
secrets.
Membership effectively.
Sure.
Do you want me? Do you want me?
Definitely.
Okay, cool. So the simple way of sharing memberships is exactly like I share. You simply send them to a page. You basically make your case. You explain exactly how a membership works. And that's it. And again, you don't need anything else to get started. But if you want to start scaling your membership and making it grow really, really fast, my advice to you would be to split the funnel into two. So the first page will be, and I can actually show you, you can go to his website, his domain, idankirchen.com. And what we do here is actually a bit more of an advanced strategy. We actually sell one-time product for $27 or so, something like that, a low tier for someone to actually get to know our brand. And then on the back end, on the upsell, we tell them, hey, you bought this program, but I just want you to know that it's a part of a membership, meaning that we have multiple programs just like this for all sorts of different things. Join our membership, you have a free trial, and then you can basically get all of it for one low price. And about 30 to 40% people take us up on this offer.
That is not bad. So you're selling the one-time product and then getting them to upsell into a membership.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes. And the reason why I do that, the reason why it's so worth it for people is because a lot of people will feel kind of like, I don't want another membership. I don't want another thing to go out of my pocket every single month, like especially in this economy and stuff, people are kind of careful. But once they understand that I buy programs anyway, I like this creator anyway, I like whatever it is you do, like whether you're a guitar teacher or whatever it is you do, I buy his programs anyway, I might as well pay 50% off and go into a membership and get a ton more value for one low price.
That's super cool.
That's the psychology. It works really well. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I have learned a lot looking at your different funnels today. I'm sure everybody watching is going to as well, because these are actually, we said we were going to do 3 examples and we ended up doing 4, 4 different funnels. So, I mean, I think there's a lot of great information here, not only how someone can use the Thrive Suite products to, build landing pages and grow an email list, but then also now they have 4 different template funnels to follow, where they can take a Thrive Architect template set and turn that into a ready to go funnel very quickly. So
Yes.
that was an amazing conversation for me. I learned a lot here. So I want to thank you for that. Is there anything else you would like to talk about, or where can people find you if you have an audience online, or do you teach how to build funnels yourself?
Actually just got started. I'm still kind of like, I'm not sure how this works exactly. It's very, very nerve-wracking to start creating content. I don't know if you went through this, but for me,
definitely.
It was kind of
still going through it.
I was kind of like talking to a lens. It was very, very strange. But I would actually like to just point out one thing before I'm going to share my website with you. And that is that, for reals, you guys, when I'm talking about Thrive themes and when I'm talking about the tools and the amazing amount of options and possibilities you have while using this tool, you have to understand this is not the magic trick that will make your business work, but will make your life heck of a lot easier. Because again, these types of things, those problems that Thrive themes allowed you to solve, is the thing that makes most businesses online fail. The tech stuff, the conversion stuff, the how do I do this? How do I make it work? And they solved all of this. So use it, use everything that you have, all of the tools you have in this toolbox, and it will make you time, will free up your time to go out there and become a better marketer, to become a better content creator, to do the actual things that will move your needle. The point of Thrive themes is to make your business headacheless. How do you say headache? Headacheless, right? Without any headaches. To make it
yeah.
Exactly, headacheless.
Yeah.
English is not my first language, in case you haven't noticed.
It's the migraine reliever. It's the online business migraine reliever. There you go.
Exactly. And everybody knows exactly what we're talking about. So use it, take advantage of it, because you have now so much free time to actually go out there and do your thing. And always remember, if you're going to try and do this on your own, I would not recommend it, because if you're going to try, for example, open a blank page and do this from scratch, you're basically going against people like me and other marketers and we do this 24/7. We learn marketing 24/7 all the time. So it'll be hard for you to compete. But if you're going to take Thrive's pre-created templates, they're already optimized for conversion. They actually literally tell you what to put in every single headline, in every single body section, in every single bullet. If you're going to use Thrive University, which is, by the way, Matt, one of my favorite resources ever. I started learning A/B testing first from there, FYI.
Awesome.
It's just going to have such an unfair advantage out of every single person that you're going to compete with. So please, please, please use it. And yeah, if you want to check out my awkward attempt of creating content and building my own brand, you can go to nataliyaray.com. That's my website.
And your website is trying to help people teach people how to build funnels. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's basically to start their business, but to basically build it using funnels. Just because I always remembered how I got started. You remember on the roof in Tel Aviv? Yes. And I know that if I just had like one place to basically show me exactly the ropes from scratch, from like, how do I even start? How do I even come up with an idea? My life would be so much easier. So that's what I want to share with everybody else.
Well, that would have helped me a lot, because I actually got into marketing after a career as a geologist. So I remember the first time I heard about the first time I heard about a funnel, I was like, what is a funnel when it comes to marketing? I didn't even know, like, or I understood maybe the broad concept, but I didn't have any idea what each of the pieces were. And it's such a generic term. And there's so many different types of funnel, like it's so easy to be confused by it. And but over time, if you find the right resources and the right teachers, that can make that learning that stuff easy, it can really, really sort you out when it comes to growing your own online business. So, all right, we will definitely.
Because at the end of the day, you have to learn. Yeah, because at the end of the day, you have to understand that it doesn't matter if you're like a personal stylist, if you're a guitar player, it doesn't matter what kind of business you're trying to build. At the end of the day, the second that you decided to go on your own, the second that you decided to become a business owner, you are no longer just a hairdresser, just a personal stylist, just a guitar player. You're actually a business owner, and a business will never work unless you figure out the marketing. So please, I just beg of you to use Thrive, because they're just gonna help you shorten your journey so much. I wish I would use you guys like years beforehand instead of like messing around with all those other things.
Well, thank you so much for that. We'd love to hear that. And that is exactly what we're trying to build with our tools, and really have that conversion focus when it comes to marketing, and really help with education as well when it comes to helping the solo DIY or the DIY solopreneur build their own online business. So thank you so much, Nataliya.
Yes.
I appreciate you taking the time to speak with us
Thanks,
today.
Matt. Bye, guys.